I really didn't start until my mom passed away in 2008. I always, did things, but I was never like fully addicted. And then when she passed away in 2008 and I separated from my husband in the same month, my whole world just crumbled and I lost control. And when you get like that, I gave up on life. You know what I mean? I didn't care if I lived or died. I got high to numb it all. I just felt like if I stayed numb and stayed to myself, that it didn't happen. That I didn't go through it. But it like completely messed my head up bad. You don't know any other answer when you're that low but to get high. You know what I mean? It's just like, I'm too far gone. Nobody's going to help me now. Or I'm too far gone. I'm never going to find a job. My life has been completely and utterly chaos since I can remember. I was homeless. I was couch to couch. I honestly did not care if I lived or died because everything was gone. They took my son from me. My whole world was gone. And I knew I needed help. I just didn't know how to go about to getting help, but I also was afraid to admit to everybody else that I needed the help, because I've always been such a strong person. I can get through this. I can get through this. I can do anything. But finally, I needed some help. Going to jail was the best thing that ever happened to me. That 6 months in jail saved my life because I had to sit there. I got clean. I got myself together and realized what I need to be for my son. But I knew I needed to start somewhere that didn't look down on me because of my background. Just because people did things in their past doesn't mean that they're that same person anymore. And it's hard to find employment where people don't judge you by that. When I came here, I started pulling nails. Then I went out to the sales floor and became a sales associate. I was actually one of the top sales associates. And now I am working behind the front desk as a cashier, which is a little bit higher up. So I'm kind of working my way up, We literally are like a big family here. Like, we care about each other. Mr. Mark cares what happens. If somebody's struggling in some certain area, everybody here's going to do anything they can to help that person get out of that situation. Yeah, I've come a long way. A long way. I'm proud of myself. And I've never been proud of myself.
I was about 17 years old. And at the age of 17, I was doing things that wouldn't flatter my mother. Actually, I was breaking the law. And these things led me to prison, unfortunately. I went in prison March 1974 and didn't come out of prison until August the 2nd, 2019. Peer pressure is a concept where others do your thinking for you. And you allow them to do your thinking for them because you want to fit in. You want to be a part of the crowd. You don't want to be outside of the crowd. And so when you get with the crowd, to be part of the crowd, you have to follow the crowd, as opposed to following what you truly believe or what you truly want to do, just to fit in. You don't want to be an outcast. So that's unfortunately what happened to me at a very young age. I followed the crowd. I allowed others to do my thinking for me and to put me in a disadvantaged position. And when you spend years in prison, you come out of prison, you look and you see other people, that they're far ahead of you. This one has cars, they got homes, they got this, they got that. And you had to start from square one. And starting from square one means like you have to get a job, you have to be making minimum wage. Minimum wage doesn't allow you elbow room to buy too many things. It's basically you'll be living from paycheck to paycheck. So if you don't watch yourself and be careful, right, you'll fall back into those ways when you try to make fast money. I learned that I wanted to do things the right way. So I needed a second chance. The owner, Mark Foster, gave me that second chance. He got my telephone number from a friend of mine and he called me. He was emailing me And at the time, I didn't know nothing about no these phones, email, and the hardest thing I had to learn coming home was learning how to use one of these things here. So a buddy of mine, he called me and said, man, check your email. Mark Foster's trying to hire you down there at Second Chance. So I respond. I had to learn how to respond back to him. He said, come on down. He said, I ran your name up the flagpole, and all I hear is good accolades about you. I want you to work for me. And he gave me a second chance. And I've been here almost 2 years. And I'll beat my chest and say I'm one of the top salesmen there. And I did it the right way. I got my first apartment through Second Chance. I'm getting my first car in probably another couple weeks or so through Second Chance. And I feel good about myself. I enjoy meeting people here, give me a chance to practice the social skills. In prison, you can't practice social skills. You can't be all smiley and friendly, hugging people and greeting people, because that's considered like unwanted behavior. But here, the natural you comes out. So you get a chance to practice your social skills. You meet people, greet people, help people, and make them feel good about themselves. And in the same turn, you feel good about yourself. And that's what Second Chance has provided for me. It gave me a real second chance.
I had $40 in my pocket. I walked from East Baltimore to West Baltimore to deep West Baltimore, 6 o'clock in the morning, to look for some cocaine. I spent $38, never forget it. I brought me the Ready Rock, a stem, and a lighter, and 2 loose cigarettes for $40. And I seen this police sitting on the sidewalk. I've been trying to get in a treatment. I had no ID, and I said, I'm gonna make Baltimore City put me in treatment. So I went in front of them, pulled my stem out, smoked my crack, and he looked at me like, is you crazy? And I smoked all of them right there in front of him. He said, you finished? I said, no, I'm not finished. I pushed the stem again, took me another hit, smoked my cigarette, and I placed everything on the car. Just seriously, I placed everything on the car. And when I placed it on the car, I said, this is your evidence right here. I need help. And he was like, I'm gonna help you out, bro. When I went over to Baltimore City Jail, he ended up being the imam over the jail. The same police. And he said, I'm really gonna help you now because I'm attached to you because you really need help. We went to court and the judge asked me, what's going on? I said, Your Honor, no disrespect, and I wasn't trying to disrespect the officer. I went to every program there was to try to get help. Nobody wanted to help me because I didn't have a Maryland ID. So I took my last $40, walked in front of this police, got high, saved some of the evidence for him so I can get some help. And the police spoke up for me, was like, that's what he did. Everything is on the camera, body cam and everything. And he was like, you know what? I'm gonna help you out. And they sent me to a drug program. And to this day, this man, I talk to him every Friday. Baltimore City police officer. When I went in the program, he brought me a coat and some clothes because I didn't have nothing. And I said, damn. He said, when you finish the program, I'm gonna ride with you. I'm gonna do what I can do with you. And to this day, he still helps the community. Instead of him locking you up to hurt you, he locked you up to help you. I was rescued. And I completed the program. He said everything else downhill is all up to you now. So I was like, okay, cool. I ate oodles and noodles for like 5 months. I saved all my money up because I do home improvement on the side. I said, man, I can't really survive off of this one job, the home improvement job. He said, okay, go to the city office and speak to this lady. I can't remember the lady's name, but I went right up the street and the HR here came down there, and I was going there for like 2 weeks. And I told her my story, we talked and everything, and she talked to the officer, and he said he sent me down there, and they was like, you know what? I got somewhere for you. Everybody get a second chance. And Miss Sabrina Harris, she was the HR here. She got me the job, and I said, I'll never let you down. And my supervisor to this day came over, his name Marcella. She was like, you know what, I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna bring you over here with us. And now I'm the lead back there. He teaches us to work safely and work smart. And not only work smart, he teaches us also to care for one another.